welcome back, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Well, I know it's been a minute since I shot. I needed a break, okay, but I'm back. I missed you all. I hope you all missed me, so let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Christian Toby Obumseli and his girlfriend Courtney Cleaney. Okay, so if you're new here, what I do is I post makeup and true crime videos, okay, and my focus mostly is on DV relationships. And the reason why I do this is just to sensitize us, okay, that we're supposed to, you know, leave these relationships we still oh, I can't talk. The main purpose of these videos is to sensitize us to leave such relationships while we still can, okay, because 90% of the time such relationships end up in somebody getting killed. Okay, so as you may already know, I love to play with my makeup palettes. These are my toys. My toys that I get, and I love to play with them while I do my makeup videos. So today we're going to be playing with the Novena Volume 2 palette, and this is a very old palette in the makeup world, okay, but for me, I've only had it a few months and I have never used it before, so that's what I'm going to be using today. And this is what the palette looks like. Oh, can you see that? Okay, so there we go. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do, but I don't think I'm going to do anything fancy today, just something simple. So grab your makeup palettes if you have, grab a glass of wine, whatever you want to do, so we can enjoy this video together. And let's get into it. Courtney Cleaney was born April 21st, 1996. She was young, beautiful blonde girl, and her dad worked in finance. Okay, so he had some money, he had some good money, so they would grow up in Texas. And she was, I mean, like I said, beautiful blonde hair. She was into sports, she was into dance, she wanted to be a star. She had been in some small movies, some commercials, some music videos, and it's somebody that wanted to be in the limelight, I would say. Instagram influencer, she became a star on there. She had over 2 million followers on Instagram, and later on she opened a OnlyFans account. Okay, now OnlyFans, for those of us that do not know, I didn't know myself, I had to go find out what it was. So OnlyFans is a website where you have people subscribe there to view things, okay. They would view people's pictures, they'll view people's videos, and a lot of the pictures that were on there were of women or men, I don't know, people that were limited clothing, if I would say that. Yeah, so she was on there, and between her Instagram and other things that she did and her OnlyFans, she made a lot of money, okay. The girl was rich. Now in 2020, Courtney met a young man called Toby. His friends call him Toby, but his name was Christian Toby Obumseli. Now Christian was his parents were from Nigeria specifically. So the two of them met and they fell in love, instant chemistry. Toby was really handsome, tall. He played basketball and football in school, had a beautiful smile. And Courtney's friends would say that they fell in love with Toby almost immediately. Okay, he was the life of the party. He was always smiling. very friendly, always willing to help people, you know. So he had that personality that people just loved him um, on first meeting him. So both of them started dating and they made a beautiful couple, right? You know, these Instagram couples, they come out, they're looking cute, cute boy, cute girl, and we're already imagining their babies, couple goals, and we're looking at them like, God, when, God, when. That's how cute they were. But we didn't know what was going on in the background, because very, very soon after they started dating, the abuse started. Okay. And there's people that would say that there was abuse with both of them, like they would abuse each other, kind of what we describe as a toxic relationship. But later on, I mean, there was not a lot of evidence, if I can say so, that Toby was abusive at all. There's a couple of people that reported that they saw him charge at her and stuff, but mostly it was Courtney that was abusive. Now, while Courtney was making all this money, right, it felt like, I don't know, maybe the money started to get to her. You know, she was reportedly making like millions of dollars, okay, yearly, because she was like doing maybe like hundreds of thousands every month and stuff like that. So at some point it felt like maybe this money was getting into her, because she probably didn't know what to do with the money. I mean, you have $1 million sitting in your account, you don't know what to do with it. You think you just go out and drink. She was getting like really, really out of hand. So she was getting drunk and she was arrested for DUI twice. Okay. And during those periods, she would get physical with Toby. She would throw things at him. So in 2021, Courtney allegedly stabbed Christian or Toby in the foot. And it's just heartbreaking how this guy still loved Courtney despite everything. So you can pause this if you want to read through this messages, like this to them that he wrote to her. And each time it's just heartbreaking. In the first one, he's telling her that, I mean, even though you stabbed me, you know, I still woke up happy. I didn't make you feel bad. And typically, you know, they will always, like the abusers, they will always regret their actions, like after the fact. And he's saying here that she was regretting it and saying, oh, I wish I could take away your pain and all of that. But I mean, in the second one, he's talking how he has sacrificed so much for the relationship, and he doesn't even feel like she realizes how much he loves her. Like these two, they are so sad, so painful how this guy just sacrificed. Again, in the second message, he says somewhere that is love going to kill me. Like it's like he knew that this wasn't good for him. Toby knew, he felt it in his spirit, but I guess he was just blinded by love. Courtney, at some point, I think this lady, she probably had some mental issues, because the things she did, the things that she did, they didn't really sound normal to me. Okay, there was this video, this recording that came up after the fact, where she was screaming to the top of her voice like a mad woman. Okay, why? Because this guy went out, saw a girl, and he said hi to the girl. Okay, he said hi to her on his bike, and then when he got back, it was something else. Like she was throwing her feet, she was screaming to the top of her voice, and then she was telling him not to shout. She was telling him to bring down his voice, because you know, I feel like there's this what they call it, entitlement. Okay, so my thing is, don't put your hand on someone if you don't want that person to put the hand on you. You cannot be telling this guy to bring down his voice, and you're the one screaming to the top of your voice because it's like you're the one that has the right to scream and he can't.
I'm doing it on purpose. Drop your high pitch. Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose. You touched the hard. The right thing to do was to tell me. Yes, and I am so sorry. So shut up and let me. Give me my phone. You have your phone. I don't have it anymore. Find it and find it and charge it. I'm sorry. I don't care. Find it and charge it. Okay, just stop. Don't talk to me. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry. It is my heart. Find it. I don't know where your phone is. Find it. Can you help me find it? I will! So what? Find it!
So despite everything that was going on in their relationship, the abuse, and Toby of course was determined to stay, they decided to move in together, okay, and they moved out of state, they moved out of town, moved into Miami, right, where they were living in this beautiful high-rise building, very luxurious building. They went into a 3-bedroom apartment, and she would throw him out. Like every time that they got into a fight, she would throw this guy out of the apartment. And there were text messages where he would text her and be like, please let me in, I just need to sleep, I need to lay down on the couch, you know. I mean, it's a 3-bedroom apartment. If you're fighting with this guy, why don't you send him to the other room? Who was in those other 2 rooms? I don't think they had tenants. I don't know. Don't ask me, I wasn't there. But why can't he sleep on the couch? Why can't he sleep in the kitchen somewhere? Bathroom, bathtub. You throw the guy out of the apartment to go to where? Some people are very wicked. So when they move into this new apartment, you would think that, okay, new environment, maybe they've decided to start over, things like that. No, they continue with the fighting. Like every day is screaming and crashing stuff and throwing of things. We had neighbors calling the police. You're living in this high-rise, luxurious apartment, right? I don't think that these people living here, they want to hear all of that, okay? These are rich people. They don't want no noise. They don't want no fighting. So they're constantly calling the police, like reporting to management, like, who are these new neighbors, okay? So the day before the incident, management calls the police because they have allegedly seen Christian they allegedly seen Toby charging at Courtney. So what had happened was that Courtney claimed that she was trying to get into the elevator and she was trying to stop Christian from coming in with her, okay? And she's tried to stop him and he charged at her, trying to force himself into the elevator. So management says that, and of course they're supposed to call the police because it's the proper thing to do, right? But they're claiming that she didn't want to get the police involved. She had told them not to call the police, that they were going to resolve it on their own. But then when the police comes, she starts acting like she's the one that wanted the police because she was afraid, she was scared of for her life. She wanted a restraining order and all of that, right? And the police tell her, well, you have to go to court for this, you know. But as of today, we cannot ask this guy to leave because he lives in that apartment. He has his clothes in there, and also we cannot ask him to leave. You have to go to court to get a restraining order. So after that incident, the police advised that, okay, they cannot ask the guy to leave and he's supposed to go back in the building and whatever. And we're not very sure what happens after that, but of course he is left back in the building, and unfortunately for Toby, the very next day he's gone, okay? Nobody really knows exactly what happened after that. So the next day, April 3rd, 2022, Courtney calls 911 and she's claiming that she has her boyfriend on the floor bleeding with a stab wound in his chest, right? And first she's very erratic. She can't talk. They're trying to ask her, okay, what happened? Tell us exactly what happened. What is your address? And she's unable to really give very detailed information about what's happening. She cannot even provide her address. Like, according to her, she's so shaken that she cannot even provide the address to the apartment. And you can hear in the back, Christian is in pain. He's screaming like, I can't feel my arm. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm. And she's asking Christian, the guy that's on the floor bleeding and crying for help, she's asking him for the address. Like, baby, what's the address? Baby, what's the address? Baby, I'm so sorry. Like, girl.
3101. It's the one. Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address. 3101. You got a guy, I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm. What, ma'am? My boyfriend is dying. Ma'am, what is the address? What's that? What's the address? 3131. 3130 Northwest, Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come to my house. Another from the district. Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business? 12745 3582. Is this a house apartment or a business?
The police finally gets there, but unfortunately it is too late for Toby, because apparently while Toby was lying there bleeding to death, Miss Courtney, instead of calling emergency services, immediately calling for help, she decided to call her mom. Okay, and she's there with the phone on the phone with her mother, while a neighbor had already called. Okay, a neighbor had already called telling them, okay, something is going on. These crazy people have started again. You know, there's something going on. There's some screaming and all of that. And it was determined that that neighbor called like 12 minutes before Courtney called. So this girl, I don't know what was going on in her mind. But it's too late for Toby. He doesn't make it, unfortunately. So Courtney, of course, is taken to the police station, and while she's there, she is informed that Toby did not make it. And I wouldn't say she was distraught. Okay, I didn't see that as being distraught at all. I mean, she could have been, but I did not see it. And of course, they say people grieve different ways. I don't know, but I did not see it, because the first thing she wanted to do was get a hug. She's like, Toby died. Can I get a hug? I'm like, oh. But anyway, she tries to explain what had happened. She said that they had gotten in a fight as usual, and then she was trying to protect herself, and she threw a knife at Toby, and she kind of describes it like, I just threw the knife at him. They asked her, how did you throw it? Like, I threw the knife like. So she claims that she threw the knife and she wasn't expecting that it was going to hurt him as much as it did, right? So she's claiming, of course, self-defense, and the police, they believe her, and they're ready to close this whole thing down. They're ready to shut it down. Okay, it's self-defense. So while this whole thing is going on, guys, this girl does not even have the decency to call Toby's parents and let them know what is happening to their son, right? Is it that she doesn't know how to get to them? She doesn't have their information, phone number, Toby's relatives, his brother. This whole thing happened on a Sunday. On Monday, Toby's mom receives a strange call, okay, with somebody asking her if she still wanted to donate her kids' organs. Can you imagine finding out that your child is dead in that manner? Like them asking you if you still would like to donate his organs. So this woman, she is going crazy, like, what has happened to my son? So Toby's family is now vested in this matter, right? They want to know what happened to their son, their brother, relative, you know. And at first, they're not giving any like reasonable responses, okay? Because, like I told you, they've taken this girl to the police station. She's claimed self-defense. They believe her. They let her go, right? So they're asking like, what? This is a self-defense case, you know. We don't have anything to say. They're not giving them any answers. But Toby's family, they are not letting it slide, okay? They want to know. Toby's parents, they sound very educated. They sound like they've been living here for a while, you know, so they know what they're saying. They know. And the brother, Toby's brother, he's not taking no for an answer. He needs to know. So that's when they get into Toby's cell phone, and then they start releasing all these text messages that Toby was sending to Courtney at the time. They were recording. At some point, it felt like Toby was, I feel like he knew that this girl was going to kill him. He knew it. And maybe that's why he started recording her, because it didn't seem like she knew that she was being recorded. Yeah, he started recording. He started documenting all the instances, all the insults. Like, at this point, how do you argue all of this? Because it did feel, there's people that say that the relationship was a toxic one, that there was abuse on both sides. There's people that have reported that they saw Toby charging at her and stuff, but those are just reports. And sometimes you see something happening and you don't know the entire story, okay? So there's this video that surfaced after the fact where you could clearly see Courtney hitting on Christian in the elevator. I wasn't able to download the video or to upload it in this upload it on here, but it's a video that you can search it. It's online. You can search it and watch it. It is disturbing. And from the way Toby was reacting in this video, you could tell that he wasn't someone that could hit on her. Okay, because he could have easily hit her back. She was hitting on him, and you see him smiling. He's smiling there, probably just like, okay, you've started again, you know, this craziness has started again. I mean, he just let her have her way anytime she wanted. And over and over and over again, we have all these instances of she hitting and she hitting and she hitting, but not one time is there a video. Now, there's people that say that they saw him charging at her. And to be honest, I've said it before. Probably he was just trying to defend himself. Probably he was trying to fight back because he probably had it. Again, you want to keep your hands to yourself. Don't hit on someone if you don't want to get hit. So if she hit him and he was trying to hit her back in self-defense, which I believe that's what really happened in the instances where he was seen trying to charge at her. I mean, I couldn't blame him for that. But it's evident that she is the one that kept hitting him for whatever reason. Do I believe that Toby hit her? No, I do not believe that. I do not believe that Toby laid a finger on this girl. but she would claim that, oh, in the outside he looks nice, he was claiming to be the good guy, claiming, but in behind closed doors he was violent and all of that. He was controlling, he was narcissistic, but there's no evidence. Okay, there's no evidence of that, whereas there's a lot of evidence of her abusing the guy and sending him to the hospital, cutting his lips, stabbing him in the foot. He went to the hospital. There's reports. There's reports of that. And I don't think that Toby didn't talk to somebody who told him to leave. Okay? But for whatever reason, he chose to stay. Like, why would you be with somebody this toxic? Somebody that will get mad at you for the least thing that you do. Like, it's I can't understand. How do you love someone and you get in a fight with him and the first thing you want to do is swing a knife at him? And it wasn't the first time. We've said it before. She stabbed him in the foot before. And even then, he claimed that he's not going to report it. He still loves her. Like, who does that? Who does that, Toby? Now he's gone. He is gone for some stupid love. So that's the sad story of Christian Toby Obumseli. Really, really sad. So Courtney, of course, is facing murder charges, and she's claiming self-defense, that she was trying to protect herself from Toby, this guy that everybody thinks is a saint. He can't do no wrong, he can't hurt anyone, but in her own words, he was like devil in disguise, right? He would come out there and act like he's the good one, but behind the scenes she feared for her life. Now, do I believe that she wanted to kill this guy? I don't think so. Okay, I think that this was one of her various DV moments. You know, she's done it before, she's gotten away with it, she stabbed him before, and she thought that this was one of those times when she would do it again, and what's going to happen? He would just go to the hospital and then he's not even going to report it and everything is going to be okay, you know, and life will go on. She'll just continue abusing the guy. But unfortunately for her, this time it didn't work out the way that she had expected. And yeah, so that's it. Another life lost to DV. Why? Because another person decided to stay in a TV relationship. Like, I don't even get it. For this guy to be recording the argument, and from the things that he wrote to her, he knew that he had no business staying in that relationship. He knew. And for whatever reason, we might never know why he stayed. Some people say it's love. What kind of love is that? This love sometimes, I don't get it. What kind of love is that? How do you love someone that spits on you? That's like the meanest of things. The meanest of things you can do to me. Maybe it's even bigger than the slap, honestly. You spit on me. Only time I have any business with your spit is when we are making out. Other than that, why is your spit anywhere on me? Why are you spitting, intentionally spitting on me? Come on. Like, this love, honestly, sometimes it doesn't make sense. This is it with this video, you guys. I mean, it was a tough one, very, very sad one. I wish Toby's family the best. They have not been to trial yet. Yes, I think she's still in jail, but they haven't been to trial. And I just hope that the family is able to find peace with this. You know, she can claim self-defense all she wants, and she might be able to win. I don't know, depending on how good a lawyer she gets. Like I said, she's rich. She has a lot of money. Her family is also rich, and her father does support her. As it is, some family, they will always support their own, okay, no matter what. So her dad is on her side, her family is on her side, and they might end up getting a good defense lawyer and they might win for all we know. But at the end of the day, I just hope that the family finds peace. I hope that Toby's family, they can make peace with it. They can maybe forgive her. I don't know. It's hard. But however way it ends, it's not going to change the fact that Toby is gone. Okay? And we just have to now move forward and see how we can learn from it. What do we learn out of this? That's what is important now. Toby's situation could save someone else. Okay, somebody can learn out of Toby's situation and be like, okay, this is exactly what is happening in my relationship, and I don't want this to happen. I don't want to end up like Toby, and hopefully someone's life will be saved. Yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. It's my first video in a while. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did shooting it. Let me know what you think about my look. Like I said, today I played with the Novena 2 palette, and I love the look. Simple, not anything crazy. I wasn't gonna do anything crazy today. It's my first time in a little bit. So thank you once more for watching all the way to the end. If you are still watching, you are my MVP, and I love you so much. If you have not subscribed, please do. I'm hoping to be more consistent this time for as long as I can. Again, I'm not making any promises. I don't know how long this is going to go, but hopefully I keep up. Okay, thank you so much, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.